I wish my fucking foot would go right through your skull.
I can't help but be racist. It's true.
Everybody hates you, and I'm glad your husband died. He probably killed himself.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
How dare you?
I'd love to get like a sex worker who's a gamer.
No offense, David Jaffe, but that's bullshit.
You goddamn right. Welcome. That was my rooster sound. Welcome everybody to the show. Good to see everybody. Good to be back streaming. Last week was a cluster F. Haha, see what I did? I didn't say the fuck word of gigantic proportions, just doing a lot of behind the scenes work with the stream. It's nice to be back. I've rebranded the show. This used to be Good Morning Gamers. Now it's, what am I calling this? 12 O'Clock Geek. Only because I can't really get up in time to do Good Morning Gamers. That's the truth. I hate to be honest about it, but that's the goddamn truth. So if you don't know what this show is, Gabbin' Games Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is a show that's more... It's about games and geek-centric and geek-adjacent stuff. So we definitely got some game news to talk about today. But we also got other stuff to talk about today that's not specifically related to the video games. So welcome. Good to have you here. Members, thank you for supporting the show. I will tell you later today, not right now because you're doing this right now, but later today, I hope you consider, if you're not already a Patreon over at Colin's show, Last Stand Media, their political episode, Constellations, or their political episode of Constellations. It's not usually pure politics. Went up just now. It's myself, Colin, Colin's brother Dagan, and Gene Park talking about everything from social justice in America to the 2020 election being stolen, which I don't think it was. Our very own Zeke 1970 sent me a bunch of information that I used as a jumping off point in that discussion. So if you like the politics, I know not everybody does, but if you do, it's a very specific episode for you over there on Last Stand Media. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think. I've already seen the comments. I've already pissed off a couple of people. The one thing I will say that is interesting about, the whole podcast I thought was interesting, but it was interesting to me that towards the end of the show, Colin says to me, he says, there's a pattern developing. It's like you seem very nihilistic, meaning me. And it was interesting to hear that because I don't consider myself a nihilist. I don't consider myself someone that hates humanity. I'm a people person. I'm a people person for the most part. I like people. People en masse can be obnoxious as fuck, but I think most people are just trying to get by. What I think he mistook, although it took me a minute to think about it because it did hit me when he said it, was my acquiescence to the fact that nothing really matters probably, and none of the magic and romance that we use to flower up our perception and description of living life as a human is real. But I don't look at that as a negative thing. I don't look at that as a nihilistic thing. I just look at that as a realist thing. So I enjoyed that conversation. I always enjoy going over there and talking with those fine gentlemen and lady folks. And hopefully you will too. But for now, you are here. I appreciate you being here. Let's jump into some news. Again, this is a much more casual episode or type of show than Gavin. So, we're going to be all over the place. But that said, though, here you go. There's the constellation episode. We talked a little bit about Jon Stewart. We talked about the election. We talked about social justice. We talked about, a bunch of other stuff. It was fun. It was a fun chat. All right, let's move forward, shall we? As I said, this is not the kind of... Hey! We got to welcome Sub-Zero to the Diet Soda Soldiers. Good to see you, buddy. I would say, get over here, but that might give you the shakes in the nether regions. Don't mean to do that, pal. Thank you so much for being a member of our little hootenanny of a show, Sub-Zero. I appreciate it. Now, listen, like I said, this is a show where we talk about not just video games, but just geek stuff. So I had to open with this. I've been wanting to show this for a while. There's no news here. There's no story. It's just fucking cool. You know what this is? If you're not watching... Don't worry, if you're driving or something, I'll describe it. It's Darth Vader. And he's standing on one of those like HeroClix platforms. But it's not Darth Vader. I mean, it is, but he doesn't function as a Sith. He functions as this. Watch this. It is a Darth Vader toothpick dispenser where he basically puts his lightsaber into his cloak and pulls out a toothpick instead of the laser beam sword thing. Come on now. If you're out on a date and your girlfriend's got some, or your lady friend's got some spinach there stuck betwixt in her teeth, nothing's going to get you laid faster than pulling out a Darth Vader toothpick dispenser. Come on, man. Everybody loves it. All right, let's get to some actual hardcore news because that's why you're here. I'm one of the last classic newsmen out there. Kojima documentary, Hideo Kojima Connecting Worlds, is now live for you to watch if you subscribe to Hulu and or Disney Plus, which is now kind of merged with Hulu anyway, at least in America. I watched it over the weekend. My review will be going up for members only later this afternoon or later tonight. I don't want to get into too much until the review, but I will tell you it's an hour long. It is much better than I anticipated. If you watch the trailer of this, very much, it's very much I'm Kojima and I sniff my own farts and everybody around me sniffs my own farts. And there is absolutely that in this documentary, and I find it incredibly obnoxious. But I also will say there's a lot of inspiration to be found in this documentary. And as full as, I don't know if Kojima is just doing marketing, or I don't know if he is genuinely as full as himself as he comes off. But watching this, that aside, you still go, man, I like how this guy thinks. I like what he thinks about, and I like how he brings it into his work. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this, but it's an interesting watch. I'll be curious what the members in the chat think about this, because it sounds like Mutimo in the chat already watched it. Rate it, Mutimo, 1 to 10. I'm not going to tell you my ratings, but you give me a rating on this 1 to 10. I'll do a rating on my review. But it's definitely, even as a guy who loves Kojima's work, which is me, and was a little lukewarm but still fascinated by Death Stranding, I still found this really interesting and worth spending some time with. So we'll talk about it a little bit later in the comments of the review. Nathan Montgomery has stepped right up and said, Jaffe, I want to be part of the club. I want to be able to come over there and give you a pickle tickle. That's not part of the deal, Nathan. But that said, I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy, for being a member along with Sub-Zero with the Diet Soda Soldiers. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I give it a 6, says Mutant Mo, because how well produced it is and all the, quote, gets. Let me just tell you something. This is becoming a pattern, and I don't know who funded this documentary. I don't know if it was Sony, because it's very, and I'm not saying it was, I literally don't know. I searched and I couldn't find the funders or the financiers for this. But it really is very much like Raising Kratos and Grounded 2, the documentaries about God of War 2018 and Last of Us Part 2, it's pretty much a commercial for Death Stranding, which is not a bad thing, but it kind of presented itself in the trailer like it was going to be this, here's his childhood and this is how he came up with Solid Snake and this is, these were his failures and blah, blah, blah. But instead it was just pretty much, hey, here's Death Stranding. Go buy that. But it's still, again, it ain't bad though. It ain't bad, but it's, be aware of what you're getting. But anyway, that's out now if you want to watch it. See this? This was a couple of weeks ago. I hadn't had a chance to talk about it yet. You had you had a bunch, but you had two science fiction luminaries. You had the great author Isaac Asimov, and you had Gene Roddenberry. Now, both of these guys had said, you know what I'd like to do? I would like, this article's locked. Let me get you another one. Legends burn up sci-fi. I'd like to send my dust particles, my ashes, up into the outer space. I want to go into space with my cremated remains. Okay. Now, number one there was Gene Roddenberry went up there a couple of weeks ago, and bunch of other people, but Gene Roddenberry, and I think was it Arthur C. Clarke who wrote 2001? I'm pretty sure it was. Because the story's locked now. I can't find it. Let me see. Let me try one more time to tell you. I want to make sure I get it right. Gene Roddenberry, who created Star Trek, as you know. And then here we go. Yeah, Arthur C. Clarke. Okay. So here's what happened. So these guys go up into space with their ashes. One of them has continued. I'm not going to tell you which one till the end of the story. One of them, it just tells you in the headline, doesn't it? Star Trek's Gene Roddenberry's ashes have gone off into deep space. The other one was on a failed space mission, and it fell back to Earth, and they all got burned up. So the guy who wrote 2001 and my favorite novel of all time, Childhood's End, which is a brilliant sci-fi novel about humanity's first contact, his ashes are no more. I guess if you can burn ashes. Roddenberry's going off in outer space. Listen to this for a minute, though. Right? I mean, the concept of taking someone's ashes and extracting DNA and blah, blah, blah is impossible for us. But if you're out in outer space and you're some super duper advanced galactic civilization, think about that. Roddenberry could come back. He could show back up and go, hey, they took my fucking ashes and they extracted my DNA, and they are aware that DNA contains not just, instructions about the human's physiological body, but also they can pull memories from it. And I'm back. Come on now. That's pretty fucking cool. Probably not going to happen. But if you're Gene Roddenberry, think about that for a minute. You know how it goes if you've been under anesthesia. You go under, you're back. 1,000,000 years could have passed. You don't fucking know. It could be 5 minutes or 5 million right now. So Roddenberry's lying there on his deathbed, says goodbye to his loved ones. Oh, my wife, the voice of the computer. The wife is the voice of the computer in all the Star Trek shows. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Boom, darkness. Assuming that's what happens. Boom, darkness. And then he wakes up. He's on a fucking spaceship coming back to Earth. It's been 5 million years, and they're like, hey, you created Star Trek. And that was the impetus that brought humanity out into the stars. And now we're bringing it. I don't know. I just want this to happen. I hate it. I hate that we don't get to see Arthur C. Clarke again. Anyway, that's what's happening in the world of authors and creatives whose ashes have burned up and some who haven't. You like candy? I like candy. Let's go to the next news story, fellas. This is a story about the top 15 candies from the 1990s that they don't make anymore. Now, I was a kid of the 70s and the 80s, but I'm still a fan of candy. I eat candy every day. In fact, here's a Starburst right here that I was going to put in my gullet before the show started. I love the candy. Well, 90s candy, they've discontinued quite a bit. Hello, Jojo D. Good to see you. I started rewatching Star Trek, the motion picture, the first one actually, and it was. I haven't finished it. It's a real slow burn as I remember it, but it's really fucking good. But here we go. These are not your favorite candies. These are the favorite candies of people that have been discontinued. Okay, Some of these I never even tried. Surge soda. I know a lot of 90s kids were really big on Surge. They talked about it a lot. I've never had it. I assume it's just pure sugar and cocaine. I have no idea, but it's Surge is the 15th most popular discontinued candy from the 1990s. Moving up to number 14, Lifesaver Holes. Sounds positively filthy. I think if I remember correctly, these were just the little BB-shaped candies that were like the donut holes that came out of the Lifesavers, basically. So Surge was a huge sugar rush, as Bearskin Umbrella. Oh, I know. I hear people talk about it. But they don't make it no more. Liquid candy, says Mutant Mo, is what Surge was. Then we got Lifesaver Holes. Those are no more. Can't imagine why not. Those look totally uninteresting. Crispy M&Ms, which I guess, I don't know. I don't even remember these. So did you guys ever eat crispy M&Ms? Looking at the picture, it looks like it's just like a straight up like it's maybe like a malt ball kind of thing. Is that what it was? Like a whatchamacallit? Not a, what are those fucking balls? What are those fucking balls called? The chocolate ones, that have the fucking crackle when you bite in. I don't know what they're fucking called, but they were pretty good. Rice puff in it, says Bearskin Umbrella. Gotcha. Bukaki says, soda's not a candy. This list is bullshit. He says, you like candy a little too much, pal. I will put a bullet in your brain pan, you piece of shit. Bukaki says they have pretzel M&Ms now. Same difference. I don't know. A Rice Krispie in an M&M is a lot different, says Dave Calzone, than a pretzel M&M. But regardless, those are gone the way of the dodo. Look at this one. Nobody knows what the fuck this is anymore. It's Bubble Beeper. It is a pager, or it's a stack of gum, a plastic pack of gum designed to look like a pager. And, that's all I got to say about that. Do you see speaking of gum, you see they canceled the goddamn fruit stripe gum with the zebra? Good Lord have mercy, man. I love that gum. The flavor ran out in seconds flat. But my goodness gracious, it was good gum. Great fucking flavor. Bubble Beeper. Anybody ever have this? Dave Calzone says, I remember the Bubble Beeper. I used to get them at the card store by my house. Did you pretend it was a real beeper? What if your friends... I had a friend once. I still have a friend. He's one of my best friends, Kerry Lebowski. Shouldn't have said his last name. What are you going to do? But anyway, he got this bicycle, BMX bike, but it had a trash... I'm reading Bukaki's comment. It had a gas can on the front. It was obviously fake, but as a kid, I didn't know that. Just like this beeper here. And he was trying to convince me that his bicycle ran on gasoline. And looking at this looked like that. So I can't imagine that anybody, maybe there were kids that thought the Bubble Beeper was a real fucking beeper. I don't fucking know. Nathan says I had the Bubble Beeper to go along with my candy cigarettes. Very adult. That's right. I remember candy cigarettes, Ravnos. They still make them actually. And I remember the candy cigars as well. Hello, Vincent. I remember once I was like in second grade and I convinced people that my dad had built me a robot version of the Fantastic Four's thing and I was going to bring it to school the next day. I don't know how I got out of that one, but I did. So yeah, they still make bubble tape. I get that from the store all the time. So that has not gone dodo. Okay. Here we go. French Toast Crunch. This probably was destroyed after 9/11 when we got rid of all things France here in America. French Toast Crunch, cinnamon and syrup. That sounds pretty good. I don't know why they got rid of it. Probably because it didn't sell any goddamn copies. But okay. Fruitopia, which sounds like a browser-based web game my kids played in the early 2000s. But Fruitopia is the number 10 candy that people wish was still around, but it's not if you're a kid of the 90s. Melody Pops. We had these back in the day too. I don't remember these being 90s exclusive, but they don't make these anymore. These are suckers that you could blow into, and they were like a little whistle. That was the idea. It was like a little fucking whistle. Melody Pops. Remember those? Whistle Pops is what we called them, Ravnos, but I guess back in the 90s they were called Melody Pops. Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Sounds delightful, actually. Clearly not so much, because if so, they'd still be making it and making ducats off of it. But I like how they had to put wholesome in the title, please. No one's going to buy these and go, oh, these are wholesome. Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Bukaki says, by the way, you should know that McDonald's did bring Fruitopia back for a minute. When was this? They discontinued Mutant Mo Rice Krispie Treat cereal. They still have Rice Krispie Treats. Dave says my dad wouldn't get me that cereal because it had BHT in it, whatever that is. No clue. Don't know what BHT is. Mickey's Parade Ice Pops. Now, if that's what the goddamn Ice Pops looked like, that's wonderful. That kids of the 90s are riding high. Because I went to the goddamn ice cream truck and I got my daughter a Bratz ice cream pop thing. And let me show you. I'm going to see if they have this. Bratz ice cream bar. This is what it looked like. Oh, BHT is a preservative. Okay. So it says it's going to look like this. If you look at it, it looks like a professionally hand-drawn lady's Bratz character face stuck onto a fucking pop, candy pop or an ice cream pop. In truth, though, and this one's not bad. The one that they're showing us here on the screen is actually looks a hell of a lot better than the real one. My kid got one and it looked like her face was melting off. It was horrible. So if you're a kid of the 90s and you got these Mickey's Parade Ice Pops and they looked this good, that's pretty fucking great. Although, yeah, Bearskin says they tasted like cough medicine. Well, that's what you got. That's the trade-off. Number 6, High C Ecto Cooler juice boxes. I guess these were based on the real Ghostbusters with Slimer and High C that looks like green cum, I believe. All right. There you go. That's number 6. Let's go to number 5. Wait, wrestling ice cream pops? They made wrestling ice cream pops? No. Well, now we have to look that up. Hang on. Where is that? I want to see that. Wrestling ice cream pops. WWE wrestling ice cream bars. No way. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so they were basically ice cream sandwiches, but there was no shape. There was just an oval kind of shape, but they had the characters sort of stamped on the bars. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of neat. All right. This is what they actually looked like. Kind of not as good. Is that John Cena there? That's pretty cool. Hello, Downfall Media. Good to see you, buddy. Why do kids want to eat big muscle guys, says Ravnose. I don't fucking know. Look at this dude. Last thing I want to do is eat this bar based on the animal. It's all hairy and everything. No, thank you. I don't want to fucking eat that. I don't want to eat any of these except maybe this lady here. I'll eat her ice cream bar. Ring zing. Anyway, good to see you, Downfall. I'll tell you what. Okay. Where were we? High C. Okay, number 6. Number 5. Now we're into the top 5. Yeah, Bukaki says Vince made that woman suing him use these as dildos. It would not surprise me, that motherfucker. And I guess it was Brock Lesnar too. Is that right? Jesus Christ, man. So number 6, these are the candies that are no longer in circulation from kids in the 90s. Number 5, Doritos 3D, which I guess were just puffy Doritos. It's weird what catches on and what doesn't. And it's weird what people remember nostalgically, but it's like, well, why didn't you buy any more of them then? Because you'd be like, well, wait a minute. People like, oh, I love those, right? But no, nobody's buying them. So they canned them. Doritos 3D Nacho Cheesier was number 5. Number 4, Choco Taco. I thought this was still being made. This is a ice cream sandwich. Well, you know what this is? This is a one of those cones that you buy, like that has kind of the waffle cone with the chocolate, but it's done in the shape of a taco, is what this is. Number 4, Choco Taco. Hello. Good to see you, Rob the Mod. Hello, Babbitt. Good to see you as well. Downfall says, I fucking love Choco Tacos. Yeah, but are they still around? Like when you say you love them. Oh, Taco Bell's bringing them back. Dave Calzone says, are you sure? Bukaki says it's coming back. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. That's on the way back. Great. We got Butterfinger BBs, which here's what I'm going to tell you something. And I don't know much about the way candy gets made, but like, for example, Reese's peanut butter cups. I love normal Reese's peanut butter cups, the 2-pack, and sometimes the miniatures. But whenever they reconfigure it beyond that shape and that size, they don't taste like classic Reese's peanut butter cups. So I don't know why that is, and I don't know if the Butterfinger BBs actually tasted like a Butterfinger bar or they tasted different. And if they were different, was it because they had condensed it down into this weird little shape? I don't know. Bart Simpson was the spokesman for Butterfinger BBs. I kind of remember that. And Spazbo says they sold, where he worked at the gas station for back in the day, they sold Choco Tacos. And people are saying people are still seeing them on the shelf today. So maybe this is a big fucking lie. Shark Bites. I haven't seen these in a long time. Fruit flavored snacks. I wonder if it's basically gummies that kind of look like sharks. Are the white ones like covered in yogurt? Is that what that is? Or it's just a white one? Shark Bites. You ever ate those from Betty Crocker? Never fucking heard of those. Hello, RPG. Yeah, okay, so Ravno says Choco Taco was discontinued in 2022. So, I don't remember. Sure, the white ones were the best. They make gummies for everything. Okay. Yeah, no, I missed this one. Didn't see the Shark Bites. And then number 1, discontinued candy that kids of the 90s missed the most is called Squeeze It, which sounds filthy. I kind of remember these bottles. They had that weird kind of way you had to rip off the pop top of this thing, kind of like you were pulling off a piece of a model kit or something. But this is Squeeze It. Did you guys ever drink the Squeeze It? I don't fucking know. Oh, okay. So Downfall loves Squeeze It. Rob the Mod says rich people food. I was living on great value. Yeah, I imagine if you're a poor kid, instead of Squeeze It, it's like, put a cherry in your mouth and drink out the water hose. It tastes the same. We got Squeeze-Its at home. That's probably what Rob the Mod was doing. Nathan says I'd slam these fuckers after a Little League game. Yep. All right, well, there we go. Bukaki doesn't like them. Everybody else seems to like these things. Squeeze-It were a high luxury item. Is that true? Were these super duper expensive? Spazbo says, I remember drinking these after soccer games when I was a little kid. You played, they had video game soccer when you were a kid? I thought that was just in Europe. What about Dunkaroos? Dunkaroos didn't, well, I mean, you can go down the list. I just focused on the 15 because I figured, we have things to get to. We have work to do. But you can get down there. I mean, they got Cheeto Paws, Tongue Splashers, what else? Magic Middles from whatever. Sprite Remix. That looks disgusting. Orbitz drinks, McDonald's Arch Deluxe, Crystal Pepsi, So Delicious, PB Max. I remember that. That was pretty fucking good. Sprinklins. I'm looking for your Dunker. Here's Pepsi Blue. Somebody mentioned Pepsi Blue. Sprinkle Spangles. What the fuck is that? Turtle Pies, Gator Gum. But I don't see any Dunkaroo. Oh my God. Look at this. Purple ketchup, Heinz Easy Squirt ketchup. You ever see this? What the fuck? Yes, Spaz beat soccer before all the other kids in his class. That's right. What the fuck is this? This is nasty as fuck. It's basically purple. It's purple ketchup. I'm still looking for, Spice Girls, lollipops. Come on now. Look at that. I mean, how much, that was probably masturbatory material for a number of young men growing up in the 90s. Come on now. Look at that. Which one is this? Which spice is this? I'm going to tell you something. The Spice Girl I like the most. It wasn't Mel B or whatever her name is, and it wasn't the woman who married Beckham. It wasn't even the Baby Spice. It was between Ginger Spice and Sporty Spice. Those are the ones, Ugly Spice. Fuck you, Ravnos. Listen. Those are the two, though, that I like the best. And frankly, I think Sporty Spice is the one who still looks pretty fucking good today. Yoo-hoo chocolate bars? Come on now. What the fuck is this? Raven's Revenge candy? That sounds dangerous. Okay, I don't see any Dunkaroos. Maybe you, yes, everybody likes Sporty Spice. Oh, good. I thought it was just me. Dunkaroos. Dunkaroos is a snack food from Betty Crocker, launched in 1990. So maybe it still exists. I don't know. Okay. You are obsessed with Raven's Revenge? What the fuck is it? Raven's Revenge candy. Wow. What the fuck is this? Raven's Revenge candy. Sour Power candy test tubes. Okay. Look at that. I've never seen that before. It's kind of cool. I used to want to go into the candy business after I left Sony. I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to open up like a novelty candy company. But the amount of effort that needs to go into that, and all the FDA and all that shit. But I wanted to make toilets, and I think they make this now. I wanted to make little toilets like Fun Dip that you could put the plunger in and pull out fudge. And then my wife at the time, she wanted to make poo in a diaper. And it was a baby's diaper that you could open and eat the poo out of. And then we had one that was like a booger that you pick the nose of the kid and you could eat the booger and shit. I loved all these. These would have been totally great. Maybe. Okay, let's move forward. You guys know, I know they have something like that now. You guys know I love the AI. And I just want to tell you something. Oh, you did. Master Luke says he used to work at the Hershey factory. Was it cool? Okay. Of course people want that spaz. Spaz says nobody wants any of that. It's gross. Sure they want it. That's why they want it. That's why kids want it. Kids love the toilet candies. That's right, Alex. Genie. Generative interactive environments. I've been telling you this is coming. This is step one. You guys think I'm a liar. What did we see? I'm not going to get into a big AI thing. I just want to bring it to your attention. This has been unveiled to the public. This is basically video game, text to video game. Okay? So fuck you haters. Okay? It's early, right? But I did a video this week about that Beyond Hanwell game, which I think looks fucking amazing and almost photoreal. And, I was comparing it to Haunted House, which was the first horror game I played on the Atari. Haunted House 2600. This is what horror games looked like back in the day. Okay? When I was a kid. This was, 46 years ago, which ain't too long. It goes fast. Trust me. Okay? That was a horror game. And now if you look at Beyond, if you actually just go to my channel, yeah. If you go to my channel and you look at, what did I put up this weekend? If you look at this fucking thing, this is what they look like today. It's absolutely staggering. Okay. So don't tell me when I show you the fucking AI stuff and you're like, it's just a long time away. That was a 40-year jump. Okay. So, basically, you can create playable, action-controllable worlds from synthetic images, pictures, and sketches. And if you saw what was happening with how bad AI art looked and where we are now, and how bad text-to-video looked and where we are now, this is just the beginning. And you can't get this yet, but you will be able to get this. This is currently just for like academia and tech and stuff, but you'll be able to get it sounds like pretty soon. And I don't think they'll be fun. I don't think though people will be, it's not fun though, it's shitty, me. Yes, I know, because it's early, have some vision, but I wanted to show you this. It's called Genie. Look at this. Literally, this is drawn to death. I didn't even need to hire artists. Come on. They literally just took some kid drawing, put it in, and now you're playing it. Same here. Look at that. They took a kid's football player he drew. Now you're playing it. Come on, man. How do you not? Or real world images. This guy took a picture of Lego Thor and now he's controlling Lego Thor. I don't know what to tell you guys. We are entering the future. I know they're GIFs. Really, Ravnos? Are they GIFs? Of course they're GIFs. But they're playable. They're playable experiences if you have Genie. Genie introduces the era of being able to generate entire interactive worlds from image or text. We also believe it'll be a catalyst for training the generalist AI agents of the future. So, do with that what you will. What I will do with it is continue to sit here and be blown away and thrilled and inspired because it's very, very cool. Ravno says, we know it's coming. We just don't want it. Please, I hate when people speak for other people. You don't want it. Because first comes bad games, then comes layoffs, recessions, depressions, revolutions, and Skynet. We will find a solve or we will go extinct. Oh, there's some more gum. Speaking of going extinct, look at that. They don't make bubble gum like they used to. I used to love Banana Berry Split. That's gone. What happened? What the fuck happened? I'm not even fucking with you. We see this in our culture. We see it in the malls. The malls used to be fun. Now the only malls that still survive have gone all boutique-y and high-end, right? We see it with McDonald's. McDonald's used to be a fun, bright, vibrant, designed building. And now if you see McDonald's, it is like going into some kind of fucking corporate minimalist retreat building. Gum, which was really the world of children and adult children like me, used to be fucking fun. And somewhere along the lines, kids were convinced that gum needs to be classy and come in a package that looks like you're opening up a cigarette pack, and none of the flavors are fun. It's like, oh, here's the mint or bubble gum or just basic bubble gum. And all this fun shit is gone. And I don't know why. I don't know what has happened. Look at this. You literally had gum that was a cyclone of colors. It was literally called Cyclone Fruit. Bubble Yum. Now, if you want to go see let's go to Bubble Yum. I think Bubble Yum or Hubba Bubba, they still make one of them. Bubble Yum is still made. If you want to see what they make today, this is all you get. This is all you get. And you best believe that I am eating the watermelon. But you get basic bubble gum, you get watermelon, and then you get raspberry. What? Who said that was fun? Nobody. Not a goddamn person said that was fun. That's horseshit is what that is. Listen to this. It might look the same. It's not the same. Carlos. Hello, Carlos. No, it's not at all the same. It's boring fucking grown-up flavors. What do you mean it looks the same? How does that look like what I just showed you? How does that look like this? This is wacky fruit, wild cherry, checkermint, luscious lime, banana berry split, pink lemonade, and cyclone fruit. What are you talking about? A lot of these are creative flavors, is what these are. This is a whole guy who does a whole site on collecting candy. That's not candy, that's some lady, but he does a lot of this stuff. Anyway, look at that. Pez used to have shooting things. You could shoot them. I'll tell you something. People talk a lot about, the name or the flavor? The flavor and the name, but it's the flavor that matters. People talk a lot about, getting more people into gaming. The thing that fascinates me the most is if you go to the New York Times every night that we have the family together around the TV, after we watch our shows or whatever we do, inevitably we will go to the New York Times game page on Apple, or we'll do it on our phone and then airstream it to the TV. Excuse me. Now, the games on there are some of the best. They're not like action games, but they have Wordle, which you know. They have a new game called Connections, which is delightful. Then they have this mini crossword puzzle that you can solve in about anywhere from 40 seconds to 3 minutes, depending on the thing. And we play these 3 games, the entire family, all ages, back to back, almost every night. And I'm just saying, it's kind of cool. I never would have thought that, because my family is not a family of gamers other than me. But this is something that we absolutely play, and I do recommend it. Here, I'll even show you some. This is This is the morning afternoon show. It's a chill, casual show. Let me fucking show you what some of these are. Then we'll get on to some more news. I promise. All right. So if we go to their games, they have a whole game section. You know what Wordle is? I'm not going to bore you with Wordle. That's a great fucking game. Great fucking game. Here's Connections. Have you played Connections yet? It's really quite great. Here's what they do. They give you, what is this, 16 different words, okay? And you have to figure out how the words, there's 4 different categories, 4 groups, and each of the 16 words fit into one of those 4 groups. It's really difficult, but it's really, really fun. Nathan says, funny you say 40 seconds. That's the fastest I've done the mini. So you know the magic of which I speak. You do the mini crossword as well. It's excellent. And I was very surprised to see it covered on Eurogamer today. But like, okay, so I haven't done this one yet. Immediately you're going to go salty, sweet, sour, and bitter. And sometimes they throw you an easy one. So those seem to be related, but you got to be careful because they're not always what they seem. But this is probably correct. Yeah, there we go. Basic taste. Okay, now starts to get harder. So if you go here, let me make this bigger so you can see it if you can't see it on your thing. So now you got to figure out, what are we looking at here? Type, variety, sort. See, this seems like you're this kind of person, you're this type of person, you're this sort of person. And then it gets a little harder. Like, is it you're this manner of person? Maybe that works. Let's try that. You only have 4 chances to fuck it up. Nope. See, that's wrong. See what I'm saying? That's not correct. And in fact, it will say you're 1 away. So this is just the wrong thinking in general. But then if you look at like it could be a word. So it could be self-expression, but then self has to go here. Okay, so Carlos says it's variety. Kind, sort, type, variety? I don't think so, but it'll say 1 away. Oh, you got it. Good job. Ilk. Okay. So now we have surreal, kind, brave, romantic, surreal. Nope, we already lost that one, Ravnos. One of these, self-expression, brave. Sometimes it'll be a word that goes in front or after the word they give you. And in that will be what ties them together. Romantic. I don't know. Let's fuck it up just to get the answer. So let's just say it's these, but I don't think it is. Okay, it says no, and you get 2 more ways. Okay, so let's say romantic. I think one of these has to be one of those words that goes in front. So let's see. Confront, brave. Okay, romantic. Brave, confront, face, meet. All right, we'll try that, Nathan. Let's see. There you go. Stand up to a challenge. And then expression, surreal, romantic, manner. I have no idea, but we got to move on. Art movements with ism, right? So in that one, if you do, so for example, expressionism, mannerism, romanticism, surrealism. See, come on now. Rob is letting us know in the chat, Dune 2 is currently the highest rated film of all time on IMDb. That's cool. I hear it's great. I love the first one. I love the books. I love the David Lynch one. In fact, I watched David Lynch Dune maybe a month ago, and I was quite delighted by how good it still was, at least for me. Let's watch a trailer together for a moment. It's only 1 minute and 30 seconds. There's a G.I. Joe game coming out called G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra, which is basically Ninja Turtles 4-player. So, you know, come on. Here we go. We'll watch this and we'll talk about it. This is coming out this year sometime. Don't know who the developer is. I didn't check that out. I should have checked that out. I wonder if it's from the guys who did Ninja Turtles. It's not from Way Forward, though. G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra. Here we go. It's from IGN. All right, let's see who made this. I want to see. Now, I mean, you got Snake Eyes in there, you got Scarlet in there, you got Hawk in there. I was just about aged out of G.I. Joe when it dropped, right? So I was never a Transformers guy. This came out when I was in 7th grade. And I was still, me and my buddy Jay were still going home and watching this in 7th grade. And I mean, it was really good the first 2 seasons. I think that's Rock and Roll. That was the first G.I. Joe toy I bought, was Rock and Roll and the motorcycle. And just so you know, I'm not some just cartoon fucking floozy. I have the first issue. I have all the issues up to like 130, right? This is an actual, this isn't a reprint. This isn't an omnibus. There's the Secret Wars 2 ad on the back that I just got covered with Coke. I mean, come on, man. I love this shit. So yeah, Bukaki says, why would you play anybody other than Snake Eyes? Because I'd want to play Scarlet, and I'd want to play Rock. I assume they have different abilities. I don't know. And it may not be good at all. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is the power of a license. Bukaki says, I mean, it looks barely a step above the old Flash games you could play. It is the power of the license. I was and remain obsessed with the Cobra Kai show. I played the Cobra Kai game and then the Cobra Kai sequel. And while, to be perfectly fair, both of them they weren't good games, but they actually did have some pretty interesting ideas in them. They just didn't clearly have the time to execute them. But the license, man, I fucking finished Indiana Jones Lego because the license, right? All the heavy lifting is done by other media in a lot of cases. And then you just get to be in that world. I don't know, Rob. I don't really, collecting's too stressful. I just like to have them. Let me see who did this. Developer Wrath of Cobra. Okay, Maple Powered Games. What else have they made? Okay. Who made it? I don't know if it's just on Steam. I can't imagine it is. Okay, they did Monster Harvest. And then the other one is... Oh, it's published by Freedom Games. So the developer is Maple Powered Games. Let's see what they've done. That's... Can't be them. Let's go to their Twitter. They don't have a website. That's a worrying thing. I'm going to follow them anyway. Maple Powered Games, the official Twitter for Maple Powered Games, the small Canadian indie devs behind G.I. Joe. So they made this game here. I don't know. They're a small little indie dev. Go fuck yourself. And, you know, they don't really have much of a social presence, but could be fun. Even if it's not, I'm buying it because I love it. Maple Powered just means it was made in Canada. That's right. Well, I'm picking it up, and I don't care. A great one like that. It's a shit beat 'em up, but nostalgic with slapping beans. I don't know. I've seen that over and over appear on my Steam wish list or my Steam recommended list, and I'm like, what the? And it says it like I'm supposed to know who the fuck slapping beans are. Who the fuck are who? What is this? Who are these people? You would rather Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill? I have no idea who those people are. I'm pretty well steeped in pop culture, and I've never heard of these. Are these people from like Uruguay or some such shit that, you know, nobody really knows who they are except people from Uruguay and some such shit? Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill in their first virtual adventure. Slapping Beans, a co-op or single-player scroll and beat 'em up. You had to like the Bud and Spencer movies. What the fuck are the Bud and Spencer? When did they ever exist? When did the Bud and Spencer movies ever fucking exist? What are they? Here it is, but I hear it's a fun game, but I don't think it's $14 fun. But anyway, slapping them beans. You'll buy the Alex Jones game. I mean, I looked at buying it for the stream, and then I was just like, oh, I heard it was really awful. And there's no nostalgic value either. They have the laser bring on the show tune loving. I don't know anything about this. Looks kind of fun though. A red and yellow tarp doom buggy. I'd play this. Well, maybe I should play this. Is this good? Do you guys like this game? Have you played this game? Look at, you got the mariachi band. Look, got one of the guys climbing around on things. Come on now. That's how I used to pitch video games to get money. It's like, you know, people climb on things, and there's a bridge in there, and there's some S&M bikers or something, and there's, wow, oh, there it looks like from Last Action Hero. Would love to get your thoughts on my indie game Steam page. Sure, fuck it, Nathan. What is your Steam page? What is it called? Let's go. Our very own Nathan Montgomery has a game out, or at least a Steam page. Let's put it in the old Steam machine and see. I'll give you my true impressions. Bukaki, I agree. It looks pretty good, this game. Developer Trinity Team. Let's see what they did when we're waiting for Nathan. It's called Tower Song. Okay, let me look it up. What have these guys done? A little teddy bear attack thing. And then this. Okay, Tower Song. Oh, you sent me Tower Song. Didn't you want me to play that, I think? Fuck it, here it is. Turn-based JRPG strategy. Choose your hero, customize your party skills, hone strategies. Can you stop the Tower Song? I mean, my impressions of it are, if I didn't have somebody telling me it was really good, or somebody was saying, hey, will you play my game and give me your feedback, I would skip it. Just brutally honest. Because it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look bad. It just looks kind of like, you know, like this. The actual in-game screenshots don't look all that great. That doesn't mean it's not a great fucking game. It could very well be. And these look a lot better than the world. Ravnos, what do you want me to play? You want me to play Tower Song, which I'm going to download it and I will play it. I'll get the demo right now. Let me go over to Steam. This is the website. Hang on. Okay. I will grab it right now and I will play it. Because it is Alex S's. Alex S's what? Alex S didn't make this. This is Nathan Montgomery. Tower Song. Again, I'm not knocking it. You asked for my opinion. So my opinion was that the visuals are a little off for me. Here, I'll play it with the audio though. One sec. Okay, I'm downloading it right now. And then in the meantime, yeah, sure, we'll watch the trailer. This is the trailer for Tower Song. Let's see if that sells us more. See, this looks good. This looks kind of interesting. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but comparatively speaking, it looks interesting. It looks more pro, I guess, is my response. But again, it doesn't have to look amazing for me to be interested. It's just that it has to look interesting. Love the feedback. Thanks, Jaffe. I'd love for you to play it if you have time. I think the combat special. I'll play it at the end of the stream if the stream doesn't go too long. And I'll just live stream it if that's okay. And congratulations. I mean, that's excellent. It's the first game you've ever made. It's got a positive view on, what's this place called? Steam. That's excellent. One of the guys I worked with on Drawn to Death said, he's like, you know, any game that ships is a miracle. And I've never forgotten him saying that. And I think it's really true. And a good game, which it sounds like from reviews that's even more of a miracle. All right, I get the gist. Okay, cool. I will definitely give it a play. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Rob. Just releasing a fucking video game is a cause of celebrating, a cause to celebrate. Sorry, I was just checking some of this new stuff. Okay. You know what? I think, RPG's mom says Bukaki's mom said the same thing at birth. It doesn't have to look good for it to be interesting. That's true. Alex says, Ravno, I don't think Jaffe sees my comments. I see your comments, but I can't respond to all of the comments. I'm sorry. I didn't see what you had written that you wanted me to respond to. No, well, okay, I see what you're saying now, but then you're just kind of explaining things. And I don't want to, why would I want to read that to people? But I understand. Okay. I think that's going to be the stream for today. I got some videos I got to put up. But I will be back tomorrow. I'll actually be streaming today a game later this afternoon. But I also have some videos I got to put up, and I'll have a proper Gabbin' Games hitting tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I'm going to try to start making 12 o'clock work. We'll see. At least I know I can be up by 12, so I'll let you know. But in the meantime, though, I do want to say thank you guys. Thank you, members, for hanging out with me today. Thank you for looking at some of the wacky, weird things of the world. And if you're not a member or you're not subscribing, please consider subscribing, becoming a member, sharing this stream with your friends if you like it. Alex says, will you get Last Epoch? No, because I'm done with games like that. I'm done with games that look really fun. And then all I end up doing is it devolves into a chore of managing random shit that I pick up for how much weight it is, so I can only carry so much of it. And that becomes the game. It stops being an adventure in these cool worlds with cool monsters and combat and becomes, all right, let me fucking pause everything and go to my storage locker in the town and figure out, okay, do I want to keep this weapon and this is too heavy? I hate it. I hate that part of that genre. I'd rather just be able to run around and, level up, have like a choice. Okay, you can level up. What 5 things do you want? You have 5 things. Which one are you leveling up now? Boom, I'll level up my sword. Boom, move on. But all that other shit, I don't know who that's for. You'd think Blizzard, which makes Diablo, obviously, they used to be famous for taking a great idea and distilling it down so it would be more of a mainstream product. You'd think they, of all people, would have created a system that would allow the fun of a game like Diablo without all the fucking encumbrance bullshit. That would be awesome. I do love Diablo 4, but I got tired of it because I loved it. And then I was just like, once you get to a point where every couple of steps you're picking up something else and it takes you out of the flow, and it's like, wait, do I pick it up? Do I discard it? Oh, I think I might like this. Let me get rid of these 3 things. And the game doesn't make it easy. The game doesn't even let you write, unless they've updated this. But the last time I played Diablo 4, which was about 6 months ago, you couldn't click on or hover over the item with your mouse or whatever, and it would say this is what it weighs, or this is this, or this is that. You'd have to pick it up and then pause it and go to the fucking menu. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Literally Diablo was the first bullshit, too much shit to get. I'm with you. I can have these ideas in my head that are different, but they still both are true. I understand that Diablo introduced that. I also understand that by the time I got around to Diablo 4, I had played Grim Dawn. I had played the Diablos. I had played Torchlight 1 and 2. I had kind of had my fucking fill. And I that part of the genre needs to be exercised, is what I would say. Bukaki says, somebody made a Mortal Kombat video about the guy who set himself on fire. Holy fuck. I saw somebody talk about that and said, if you see this, just keep scrolling. Like, it's really, are you talking about the Air Force guy who set himself on fire and it was filmed? Yeah, I haven't watched it. I barely know what it's about, but I know it's going around. That's what I'll tell you. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Nathan? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the stream going. I'll take a 5-10 minute break. Then I will come back. And I'm going to stream your game. I'm going to stream a hand. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll kill this stream, take a break, come back. I'll stream your game and a couple other games I want to show people in Steam, and then I'll head off and do my videos. But I'll kill this for now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back in 10 minutes with some Steam games. If you're into the indie games, give us a look. If not, hopefully I'll see you on tomorrow's Gavin and Games or on a future stream or watch one of the videos. Be well, everybody. Mods, thank you. Members, thank you. And I will see you soon. Bye, y'all. That's not the right song.